live. Let's go. What's up, Fancy? Welcome in. Jeremy, welcome in. You guys are having a good night so far. Fancy gotcha. Gotta be quicker than that. I love that farming commercial, the insurance commercial. He's like dangling the thing over their head. You gotta be quicker than that. Fancy with the 199, dude. What? Let's go. What a way to start the stream, my friend. Thank you. Hey, welcome in, Knife. Do a bit of farming. Oh, you want some? Let's go. Ha! Blocked. What's up, Spence? Love spending money for no reason. Hey, it's not for no reason. It's going to a great place. It's going to emotes and badges for the channel. On Monday, or maybe this weekend, honestly, if I have the time, I'm gonna reach out to someone on Fiverr to do emotes and badges. It's gonna take me way too long. I'm not as good as I once was at digital art. It's gonna take me a month to figure it out again, to do it the way I want. The ox needs a Scooby snack. And who else ate those as kids? They were great. Ruby, Ruby, Ruby. Welcome in, Uzin. How's life, Spence? How's the kiddo? Brooks is going through the, like, a leap, and it's, he's emotional, is how I'll put it. Dude has some big feelings. He was so chill. In this last month, he's, like, turned into pure, just insanity. Nothing ever made him, like, mad, upset. He was just happy all the time. Now he's like, whatever I want, I will get. And if I don't get it, I'm gonna scream. Because she's almost walking and said her first words yesterday. Nice. Yeah, we also hit the big feelings, yeah. We're gonna be walking in the next month, I think. He's finally getting his balance for being such a chunky little dude. I think the issue is he's not going to start walking. He's going to start sprinting. My dog is on the couch. Man, you get off. My dog sleeps in our bed. So my 100-pound Bernese Mountain Dog sleeps wherever he wants. So I'm used to it. He's too cute. I can't say no. He's just the cutest big fella ever. Don't do any internet till early teens. You can't keep them off of anything, but in this day and age, I'd have to not be on the internet to keep them off of the internet. But responsible interneting is really what it's about. You have to set proper boundaries. Dog, I sleep my dog. Hey? That was so fast after crawling, yeah. He's been fairly slow, but he's just so big. It's hard for him to be coordinated enough to, like, balance. Your dog. I sleep with my dog. I sleep no one's. Yeah, right? For internet is toxic as hell, especially... Yeah, the girl part is definitely interesting. You still working on the sandbox? Yep. That's what we're doing tonight. Welcome in, by the way. Day. Just farming right now. I keep getting focused on building, and then I don't farm materials, and then I run out of everything by the end of stream. I gotta stay on top of it. Mostly ash cement's the big issue. When can you have members? I can now. You have to set up emotes and badges to be able to do them. You have to have, like, offer something. Welcome in, Reaper. Hope you're having a good night. Or morning or day or whatever it is where you are. Really? Did that just go all the way down there? You know I gotta go get it. Thank God I don't have any of them. This world is too damn crazy for kids. It's crazy, man. I'll give you that. It's definitely an interesting time to have a kid. Day nice. It's very fun, but it's a lot. I don't remember which time these spawn. Not yet. I gotta do some grinding myself to get weed stems and ash. Yep. It's the never-ending grind. Oh, okay. Okay, we did it. Are we here? Are we live? I need some of those. Whoa, let's go, Spencer. Thank you. You're the best, man. Appreciate it, my friend. Well, that means I'm going on Fiverr tomorrow. Maybe even after stream. Well, I'm sitting. Gotta get him. Got no choice now. Just wondering how you get the piece of paper near the paint tins. One sec, let me think about what you're trying to say there. Oops. Yeah. Thank you, Spencer. I appreciate that, man. How you got the piece of paper near the paint tins? The trinket? This? Is that what you're asking? I'm still mad that I'm not going to be a father myself anymore. Por qué? Unless that's a very personal question. Don't feel like you have to answer that. Not it. Not it. Nope. 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 Implant weakness, fresh. Wizard's defense needs the. If it's gonna have wizard stuff, it needs something better. That's not good enough. Darn. I'm 32 and I have a hell of a time taking care of myself, so there's no way I can take care of kids. Dude, I have a hell of a time taking care of myself, and I'm 32. I was like, how old am I again? I feel like a child most days, so. Feels like my regular. I mean, sometimes it's good, because, like, you gotta remember being a kid when you have a kid, so that part's good, but. Yeah, I have it. Oh, you were saying, do I have it? Sorry. Like, have you got it? I was like, it's just in the little tent. But I have everything there is to get in the game currently, other than infused weapons. Sorry to hear that. What I miss. Like, my dog sleeps on the back of the couch. She isn't supposed to get up there. Dude, my dog lives on the back of the couch. I may or not be awake right now. Nice. Welcome in, Goose. No worries if you fall asleep as well. I'm sorry to hear that, but that means just more time and money for yourself and everything else. It's not a bad lifestyle. I mean, you really have to want kids. I mean, my wife and I, it's extremely difficult, but we did really want kids. I probably wouldn't have hurt to wait till we were a little more sorted in our careers, like another year or two. But I think most of it was that my wife's company laid off the entire marketing department, and so that set us back quite a bit. Her trying to get a new job while on maternity leave and stuff. It was a mess. But other than like the financial part of it, kids are great. Get any good trinkets offline grinding? Maybe. Dude, what? Can I at least step off of it? I made a mistake. Kids are expensive. They love fruit. Dude. Luckily, Brooks is obsessed with his bottles, man. He just doesn't eat a bunch yet. He eats, but it's all just nibbles. So he's not obsessed with fruit yet. What did I get? I got that, which is like... I still think this is probably better, but this isn't bad. And... I got a Mad Scientist Finale Fury. Not great. Honestly, I need to... The one I got is better. I got a Lifesteal Fresh Mage. That's kind of fun. I very much like the Lifesteal Mage ones. They're fun. Then you can just spam through the damage. Oh, I got this yesterday. Vampirism, Increased Healing, Lifesteal. The ultimate Lifesteal trinket. Every enemy you kill gives you health. Every hit gives you health, and you get increased healing. With the Ladybug set, never die. Not necessarily good, but fun. That's probably all I got, honestly. Other than that, it's been rough. Welcome in, Raptor. Hope you're having a good night. Or day. You gotta say that every time. Dude, just bow attack, bow attack, bow attack. Summons, summons. It's always the stuff I don't want. Right now, I really need a good spicy up best trinket. I have no good... The best trinket I have for the Brood Mother is this. The poison resist isn't bad, but this, if this was best and that was lifesteal, it'd be way better. But I'd prefer like way more damage as well. That lifesteal trinket would go hard with wood armor, right? Like, I saw it and I'm like, that's one of those like, it's just fun. That's some of the best part about the new update and trinkets and stuff is that like some of these combos you can make are just extremely fun. They may not be good, but like my spicy mage, like this trinket is extremely fun. Not necessarily good, but just being able to spam lifesteal and every time you don't get hit, you get more attack speed and it's got crit damage, like not bad at all. My dog is a lab. She likes a chocolate bar that her color... Oh, that's like a chocolate. Yeah, chocolate lab. I had one of those growing up. That dog was amazing. What's the best route to take armor upgrades? I almost exclusively go sleek. There might be a couple that have good effects, but I'd say 95% of the armors, the sleek bonuses, are just better than more armor. Like the extra damage, increased healing, like the aphid slippers, you're getting the quickness and stuff. Like most of them are just going to be better overall going sleek. I don't see a whole lot of point going anything but sleek personally. Wish the devs gave us a quest to do. One sec. Forgot to turn off the AC. I'm freezing and it's loud. To do something to give us more mutations, that wouldn't suck. I wish, like, in New Game Plus 3 or 4 or something like that happened. Like, you could get a new mutation then for more. I don't think you need them in New Game Plus 1 and 2. I think you could be slightly overpowered. But for the most part, I think as you get further, it would be nice to have some of those. What does sleek do? Each weapon... Actually, let's just go up here. So if I have certain ones... I have a couple armor sets I know are upgraded all the way. Is this? Yeah. So essentially, the sleek upgrade... So mighty, if you go to the mighty path, it's just going to give you extra defense. So you're going to get more and more defense every time. If you go the sleek route, each individual armor set has a specialty option that you'd be adding with the sleek. So like the wizard's hat gets wizard's defense and wizard's duel, which if you can see, where is it? Attacks with staves increase your perfect block window for a short time. Perfect blocks increase the damage you deal with staves for a short time. So because this is down the sleek path, so after level 5, you can upgrade sleek or mighty, and it'll just give you bonus effects. And most of the armors, the bonus effects outweigh more damage resist. Is what I think. I think that's what makes them good. Otherwise, just run roly-poly armor with mighty, and you'll have the best defense in the game. But the perks allow you to, like, it makes, like, poison. This Mask of the Mother Demon gives you poison coating and venom coating, so you do poison damage. The Ladybug chest gives increased healing, so you heal a ton when you use different healing, or, like, now there's lifesteal, so you heal extra when you do that. Gotta go. I might be back. I don't know yet, so happy stream. Thanks, Knife. No worries, man. Hope you have a great rest of your night. We need more than 5. I think 6. If I could have 6, I wouldn't be upset. I don't think I need more than that most of the time because there's 4 sets. But there's often times where I wish I could do 1 more. I think that'd be enough, especially because you can get infused weapons with more mutations essentially, and you can get the trinkets now. So with that and 1 extra, I think you're pretty good. Five is good for the base game. New Game Plus, it starts to feel lackluster. And a mutation, a simple like buy it, and it should be like adding. Maybe they should have added like a handful of milk molars, mega milk molars, I think, to New Game Plus, or like each New Game Plus you get 1 mega milk molar hidden throughout the yard or something, like extra well hidden, and you really got to find it, and that one gives you like an extra mutation every New Game Plus or something like that. That would be an interesting effect to do it. That way it's not just like here's 1, you buy 5 mutations or whatever in New Game Plus and then you're done with it. That way it could scale a little bit. And wouldn't be incredibly difficult to add into the game as well. If you're still here, Spencer, how far are you in the game now? Haven't heard from you in a week or so. It's like, is he alive? So I finished this one off earlier when I had 30 minutes to play. But dude, look at the inside of this now. It's looking good. Oh, these are gonna zap all of my charcoal. Spent half the day collecting, and they're gonna be all gone. Toast, just like this. Literally every single one I just got almost. And literally all of them. Oh my gosh, it is every single one I just got. Dang. It's worth it, I swear. Been super busy, no programming the last week or so. Just been modeling a character, have to brush up on Blender, yeah. You're always lurking though? Ah, I was wondering. Where does dude at? I get the busy thing though, man. It's slammed. Got so much random stuff going on. We gotta go to Portland next week. You haven't got to see the inside yet? Yeah, this is mostly... We had this done a couple streams ago. I love the little centerpiece. And then came up with this little design last stream, last night. And this. I'm really happy with these things, too. Like Sauron's eye. If the Mant Brazier just went a little higher, it'd be cool, but that's about as high as I could get it. But the little smoke effect, oh, chef's kiss. Loving how the inside's looking. We got a lot of work to do still, though. So, to work we go. I was having fun last night. Iterative, if you haven't seen his base tour, was in the stream, and that always gives me some inspiration for some reason. He pushes me to build crazy stuff because he's a crazy builder as well. I actually have his base tour open. Kinda. I haven't messed with these very much. I feel like there's some interesting things you can do that I have not messed with enough here. There's some cool wall patterns I think I can do. May not happen in this build though. Can you place? And I also have to complain to the devs that I need an infected ant queen head mount, because my ant queens would perfectly fill this out then. I guess that's the thing, because you don't get an infected... Do you get infected ant queen parts? I don't think you do, right? Am I crazy? How do you build the fungi thing? No, when you befriend them, you just get... Yeah, technically there's no ant queen parts, so that's why they didn't do it. But that's a bummer. I guess I get why, because they didn't put them in the game, but they should just be in the game. For that reason only. Although there should be a weapon for every boss sort of enemy like that in the game. Something. Just like the ant's scepter. Could be an infected one that spawns infected ones. Where is this light coming from? Why are you right there, bruh? Might need to do some lighting on those as well. Which one do you guys like better, left or right? All it is the ash cement versus the mushroom are swapped. I can't tell though. I'm slightly leaning towards right. Slightly. Alright, well, everyone's saying left. I'll take it. Welcome in, Bob. Welcome in, Nade, by the way. Alright, I got 2 lefts. Anyone else? Anyone else? Speak now or forever hold your peace. I also need to do the chandelier and the lighting up here. Now I gotta figure out both of these sides. So much work to do. And then we gotta start on the next build. It's never ending. I just can't stop building. Left? Alright. That's enough for me to say send it. Okay. Okay. No. What's happening? Bruh. Bruh. What is happening? Why is nothing listening? It's the only time I don't like third-person HandyNet. Alright, well, it's supposed to be this anyways. I see interesting things and I have to try it. Could allow for like some more lighting potentially. Just wondering, do I befriend the ant queens or poison them for the first time? Not sure which is the best way. I'd say it's sort of, it depends on what your goal is. Befriending them just gives you a pet. So you don't get anything from befriending them except for you unlock a pet, and that each one is a gold card thing. So if you want all the gold cards, you do need to befriend them. So the way I did it was in the standard playthrough, I befriended all 3 of them. The first New Game Plus, I killed all 3 of them. Actually, sorry, I killed the red and the fire ant queen, and then I infected the black ant queen. And then in New Game Plus 2, I did the reverse. I infected the red ant queen and the fire ant queen, because you can't infect the fire ant queen until New Game +2. And then from there, I killed the... So then once you infect them and they respawn the next one as infected, then you give them a bait, and that unlocks the sausager for you, which allows you to build these trinkets. Sorry if you already know this information. You get to build your own trinkets with the deduper jelly. And so that was from essentially befriending the infected. It's kind of the only way I can describe it. Befriending the infected ant queen is how you do that. And then now I'm in New Game +3, and I befriended the red and the fire ant queen. That's sort of the route I took. It's a lot. If you want the pets, if you want all the gold cards, just befriend all of them first. The only thing is if you don't want to go super far into New Game Plus, the route I'm saying, you have to go to New Game +3 to get all the perks from them, essentially. The route I did it. In theory, I guess you have to either way, because you can't infect the fire ant queen until New Game +2, because you don't get the recipe for it. It doesn't spawn until then. So it's kind of personal preference. The poison gives you the parts, which is good. Then you can build the new chandeliers, the furniture pieces, and the armor sets. So if you want all the armor sets, poison them first. If you don't care about the pets, if you don't care about gold cards, then poison them first, because the parts are really nice to have. Just make sure you don't use all the parts. You do not want to run out. It's one of those very limited resources in the game that you should 100% be duping instead of trying to farm, because you can only farm it once per playthrough. If that makes sense. Those are not even, but I don't know. Lighting's kind of nice. Maybe a different color. That'd be kind of cool. Make them colored, or like the red, so it matches better. The issue I have with red is that it's not as bright. It's so like dull compared to the other light options. It just doesn't suck. When they despawn, it looks cool. But feel free to ask more questions about it as well as you're trying to figure it out, because it's complicated. But I would say, yeah, it all comes down to like what you personally want to do, if that makes sense. I think everyone has their own goals for New Game Plus and stuff. And some people are more comfortable with going like really deep into it, so then it doesn't matter the order as much. But if you want to be as efficient as possible, get to unlock everything, essentially the way I did it, befriend them, infect. You can infect, I guess you could poison all of them, because it doesn't make a huge difference. You could go befriend, poison, infect. So in New Game +2, you'd be infecting all three of them. So then in New Game +3, you've unlocked everything. I did it first because I wanted to build the sausager and the infected weapons, and they don't really do anything now that I've got them. So not as important, I'd say, as maybe I had thought they were going to be. So efficiency-wise, it's probably easiest to just befriend, poison, infect in that order. It's easier to just copy them, so it saves the settings. Just testing colors here and stuff. Not sure if this is even the route I want to go necessarily. Essentially, no matter what you do, you're pretty much going to end up in New Game +3 if you want everything. You just don't want to do the same effect twice in a row. is the main thing, I think. What if each column, maybe? Lighting's definitely really important for this stuff, but it takes a while to kind of figure out what's gonna look cool. I haven't done many builds with like columns like this, just freestanding on their own. It looks cool when they go away. But when they're there, it's kind of funky. Is there, I could do like a pot. I've seen a couple cool designs with the pottery. From Itaerative Space Tour. I don't really like either of these, but oops. Dang it. Oh my gosh. Stop passing it. Be kind of a cool effect. Use some pottery in this. I guess I should be. I was wondering what to put here. Duh. The pottery. A great spot for some of this stuff. Yeah. That feels right. Some of these. What was it? You can do this and this. A little funky. I feel like you can place this in one of these, but maybe not. I had to rewatch Itaerative Space Tour to see how he did some of his lighting. Looks better when these like disappear. I don't really want them sticking out. Looks a little cheesy. Yeah. Looks like a potted plant, which isn't really the goal. Looks like a really bad potted plant. Like, who let this guy pot this plant? He doesn't know what he's doing. Yeah, the pottery will be a good addition here, I think. These were some of the details. I was like, how do I want to do this? I always forget about the pottery. It's a great addition. To use some of these big ones, maybe. And I'd use this one, but I don't want to use Supreme Whetstone. Too expensive. Bug rubber is bad enough. Slowly getting these details in. I don't know why I have so much bug rubber randomly. I don't remember making any of it. I must have known. I like the bug rubber ones the best though. They're nice. And, oh, where'd it go? Sure. We can switch those up eventually. Gotta cycle the days. Come on. It's the only way to get more stuff. The furniture they added and the other stuff is just awesome. Yeah, they've had some really good additions building-wise. All the decorations. I mean, my favorite, absolute favorite thing currently is the Termite King organs. I was kind of like, it's cool, but I don't know how to use it. And then it just randomly is like the coolest thing. One of my favorite pieces I've built in anything, in any build so far in Grounded, is this centerpiece. Because of these termite organs, they just look so good. They fit it so well. And then the like spikiness of the termite organs is what inspired like all this craziness, which I'm having a lot of fun with as well. This whole update has been great. Couple pieces I needed here and there. The triangles are epic. I'm still figuring out all the crazy ways you can use these quarter triangles. They've completely revolutionized building. Like, the amount of detail you can put in things now is just crazy. I don't know. I'm not loving the lighting, but I feel like it needs more lighting. You know? Alright, do we like this or that better still? Left or right? I guess I should preface this with, like, the idea here, I think, would be to go take some lights. This is why I think this design is sort of interesting. So you could do some fun lighting behind each one. Whereas that, you can't. You could put it behind, but it's not... It gives you that effect. Which... I don't know. Can't tell. I think we've determined that the route is at least this pattern with the ash cement. Every other. Oh, Jeremy's on the right train. And the crazy thing is who knows what else we can come watch it. Gonna watch on TV? Ooh, get cozy. Alright, well then we gotta build it out all the way. To see. Gotta get the full effect. Looks nice, but a little light torch is nice. Vote for the right. Alright. I'm definitely a fan of backlighting. I think it always looks good. That is not far enough down. You, go home. Yeah. Can't go wrong with good lighting. Yeah, the right, yeah. So we probably put this one up from under here. There we go. We could actually do lighting in the mushroom portion as well. You gotta be facing the right way, dang it. Dang texture mapping, there we go. So the other part we can do here as well is some silly lighting in here. Give that a little glow as well. It's minimal. It's not as much as I thought it might be. I don't hate it though. Welcome back, Goose. Welcome back. Oh, that one placed out well. Just gotta look through the little crack. Alright, I'm sold. Yeah. The lighting just looks better. 100%. Whoa. Alright, time for ice cream and to watch Harry Potter. Good luck building. Dude, what? $25 tonight? What? You crazy, man. The heck? Enjoy Harry Potter. Now I want to go watch Harry Potter, man. What the heck? Got me all excited. Why? There. You literally paid for emotes tonight. Only have to pay like $10 to get all of the extra stuff. I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna email someone tonight, dude. Holy cow. I gotta get memberships going, so I have to now. I wish we could stream Harry Potter. I don't think we can. Maybe on Discord we could. I love Harry Potter, man. Are you starting from the beginning, Spencer? Or you want a specific one? Yeah, I agree, Reaper. The detail is what is working. More detail is always good. Order of the Phoenix, nice. I like last week finished watching it again. Literally, I watched Harry Potter every single day when Brooks was first born. Dude, what am I doing? Would wake up at, me and him would wake up at about 5 in the morning, I think. And I would turn on Harry Potter. He would just sleep in my arms. I did that every single day for 4 or 5 months. So I took a little bit of a break. I kind of overdid Harry Potter amazingly. But I literally watched it probably 15, 20 times, if not more, probably more. Part of it, I was so sleep deprived, you miss half of it. I think that's part of the issue there. Thunderstorm near me? I think that's going to be the same here tonight, actually. It was pouring earlier, but it's been like hot and stormy all day. Excited for the new TV show. Dude, I'm so ready for it. It's going to be so good. The great thing is just, I think it's going to be hard to screw up because the story itself is already so good. And all they're going to be doing is essentially a faithful adaptation. So as long as they cast it well, it's going to be good. The hard part is going to be seeing new actors playing roles that I know so well by other people. That part's going to be kind of weird. So they're really going to have to cast well. It's going to be interesting. I think no matter what, I'm going to enjoy it, though. I'm too obsessed to not enjoy it. Harry Potter World was so fun in Florida. One of the best times ever. Got to live out Harry Potter. It was great. And I ended up getting super lucky with the whole day at Universal. It was awesome. Yeah, I'm liking that. Especially because I use the curve walls on this centerpiece. I like switching it up a little bit. I'm good. Did I place that top one? Yeah. I'm eating the new, I like air-fried goldfish. But enjoy Harry Potter, Spencer. You're gonna make me watch it after stream. Start it over again. Thank you, Goose. Appreciate it. Glad everyone's liking it so far. It's coming together. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. Oh. Little by little. It's definitely becoming my favorite build of all time. Sort of feel that way about everything I build, though. I just get better. The more I build, the better I get. More creative, more ideas I come up with. I can't stay for long, but I wanted to stop by and say hello. And also, hope everyone's having a good day. And yeah, man, thanks for saying hi. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a good night otherwise, Gary. Building away here, as always. Once I lose the grounded fever, I think the next... I still got another build or two in me on this. I really want to get the sandbox build done. I keep picturing the end of it, and I'm just like, I'm so excited to see this thing finished. Having too much fun building it. It just gets better and better as I go, so getting more and more done makes me want to just like finish it for good. And then if we finish this whole thing, get all the housing, gonna get the bathhouse thing done, then temple, supporters temple that Spencer will now be a part of. Or zero. I might switch to some enshrouded. We're a little ways off, I think, because I'm thoroughly enjoying grounded still. But enshrouded is calling my name eventually. I need to play a little off stream to get the building mechanics done. Not done, figured out better. I just need to learn the mechanics a little bit better so I can be more confident in building. That's mostly what's holding me back. Started raining pretty hard, perfect for eating. Nice. Yeah, now that I live in like a high desert area, we don't get a whole lot of rain anymore. I lived in Portland, Oregon for a long time, and it was just rain all winter. Just all the time. It was horrible. Gray, cloudy skies. But now that I'm in a like high desert area in Oregon, I actually really enjoy the rain again. I used to hate it because it was so crappy all the time. Just looked miserable. We have all been bitten by the ground bug. We can't put the game down. Yeah. I'm glad I'm not alone. I used to live in Portland, Oregon too. Nice. That's where I grew up. And then my wife and I moved to Bend 2 years ago. And I love it. We get all the seasons. We get snow. I got to ski 2 weeks ago with powder. Like, it was amazing. And then the rest of the day was 65, 70 degrees almost. Like, sunny, beautiful weather all the time. It's either cold or it's nice out. It's not rainy ever, hardly. And when it's rainy, it's like, hey, I haven't experienced rain in a long time. I like this stuff when it's not 24/7. There's nothing more depressing than Portland in the winter. It's a great place in the summer and stuff. I always loved the summers in Portland, but man, the winters are rough. In Bend, you get all of it. And all the fun outdoor activities are even closer than they are in Portland, which is even better. I can go on hikes outside of my door. I don't have to drive half an hour. If I want to go to the mountain, it's 20 minutes from my house. Very spoiled these days. And my dad's retired, so he skis every single day now. So anytime I want to go skiing, I have someone to ski with. Which I thoroughly enjoy. Do all those? Yeah. Think we got him? Yeah. This is looking good. Every piece is starting to come together. Slowly getting there. Alright, I'm going to shut up for a minute or so because ads are starting. Gotta go. Good night, everyone. Hope I can actually be here for the next one. Sounds good, man. Not sure if I'm streaming tomorrow night or not. But I'll keep everyone updated in Discord. There's potential if I am feeling it. We might play Subnautica tomorrow. As long as nothing comes up and I can stream, of course. Got a busy weekend ahead of me, so it's always hard to say. Got a lot of stuff to get done around the house. Did like... we just keep this pattern going? Dude. Or is it overkill? These would be kind of cool little... just lighting effects that are sort of less obvious. More lighting. This place is going to need a lot of it, so... my posture is so bad. I need to find... I might need to get a new chair. I also have a decent amount of stuff to do around the house, yeah. We are dropping the kiddo off at my mom's tomorrow, so we can clean the house. We got a family friend is doing a garage sale in 2 weekends, and we have so much garbage. My wife and I lived in like a three bedroom, 2.5 bath house in Portland, technically Milwaukee, when we lived there 2 years ago, and we downsized and are currently renting from my parents because they have a rental here to save money to afford our child. And it's still 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, but it is significantly smaller than our last place. Much cheaper because I'm the landlord. I also have to fix some stuff it's a duplex setup. And so I'm the landlord where I save my parents money, so they save us money. So my dad doesn't have to deal with all the crap that goes wrong. I deal with everything. So I got some other stuff I got to fix around both places. Replace a fan, do some handyman stuff. So lots of stuff to get done. Get the stuff set up for the garage sale, make some more space. And having a kid, you just have a lot of crap now. So you have to be more efficient in life. It's the saying us Aussies say when we are addicted to something like playing games, we've been bitten by the bug. Yeah, I get it. Me and my brother do the same thing in our house, fix everything for my dad. Yeah. Works. I didn't fix anything from my dad. He was way better at fixing stuff. I was not good. I'm getting better. I'm learning. It's like a practice home ownership for me now is what it is. Funny as that is. What can I do on this side? It's good. It's a good like entry-level home ownership where I get to fix everything. I just don't have to pay for all the bills because he gets to write it off for taxes. So it's a win-win for everyone. He doesn't have the headache of having to deal with it. I get to learn how to do it before we own a house, and I don't have to deal with all the crazy expenses. Because, man, owning a house can get expensive quick. So many things that go wrong. As soon as you fix one thing, something else breaks every time. Guaranteed. No question about it. Right now, me and my brother are fixing my sister's car. A lot of stuff was wrong with it. I think I'd be pretty worthless for fixing a car, honestly. I don't know much. I've done little things here and there. I mean, I can change oil, all that random stuff, but most of the stuff I've done is like installed off-road lights, some of those random things. The basic things. Done some custom stuff for my car. Nothing crazy though. Unfortunately, my dad, that is one thing I'm still frustrated about. My dad rebuilt an MGA, super old MGA coupe and restored it and like won competitions and stuff with it. It was so nice. He did a very cool, very good job on it. It was a really cool little car. And I'm still annoyed that he never like taught me that stuff while he was doing it. Like, all right, come here. You got to learn this stuff. I don't care if you want to or not. Because it would save a lot of money being able to do some of that stuff myself. I also have to have the time to do it, which is also difficult, but it's a good skill to have, though, is mostly what I'm saying. I had a buddy that like changed all of our. We worked at the same company, and he just did everyone's brakes, and he made quite a good extra amount of money, just like cheaply too. He was always a lot cheaper than going to a shop to have it done. So it was like more affordable for everyone that needed it, and he made money. So it was like, oh, I'd rather pay my friend to do it. Like, I detail cars on the side. Well, I was, and then I started streaming, so I don't really have time to do it anymore. My father-in-law likes buying and selling ATVs and stuff to make extra money, or he uses a tractor for a couple weeks and then he sells it and all sorts of random stuff. But I end up detailing a lot of them for him because he saves money on the detailing, and I make some money, so it's a win-win. And for some reason, I don't like cleaning my house, but I do enjoy cleaning cars. Okay. Actually, get over here. Give me the right piece. That's one thing me and my brother are doing, replacing the brakes, replacing the suspension oil change, tire replacement, and some other things. Nice. It's good stuff. Very good skills to have. Give me enough time, I could figure them out, but man. Not always... Don't always have enough time to figure that stuff out. That's the hard part. It's also nice having someone that likes doing that stuff and is good at it as well. It's not as fun doing it alone. Okay. It's looking good, I guess. What if we got rid of this? That is kind of weird, isn't it? Yeah, it's pretty confusing, especially for me. Hopeless when it comes to fixing cars. You're not alone. Not alone. It's a skill. Definitely is a skill. That's just not gonna work. It was that way for a reason. Symmetrical enough for me, honestly. It's a little funky, but sometimes that's building, I guess. I can figure out certain things with cars. Not everything. I still gotta figure out this side, dude. Oh, just not a fan of this so far. I haven't been able to figure out either side of these doors. They're slightly different because I was like, I don't want to do just pure symmetry on this build. I want to like switch things up a little bit. So I made a slightly different entrance over here using this sort of pattern. I still don't like the other side as much, so it might become that side, honestly, the more I look at it. But the issue is I did this design on the outside, which is a little different than the other side. And I like having both designs. I think it looks kind of cool to switch it up and do things different. But it's kind of working for me. It's not great. It's not perfect. But it's decent. It's a little funky. Little funky. Give me a call, 5 fusion crystals for the basics. Starting his little side business. Getting all in. That's a good payment. Fusion crystals are hard to come by these days. I have been... I actually think I have quite a bit of infused dues. I need to go check that out, actually. Hardest part is I went up to another New Game Plus and then was like, I haven't upgraded any of my weapons hardly at all since I went to the new one. And needs to happen here soon. Question is, is it gonna be weird? Yeah, it's gonna block the pathway too much. Could... Probably gonna end up this worse. I guess maybe I have to do it from the top. See what happens. It's a little funky. Wouldn't look bad though. I can't do the curves really either. They block it as well. We create like a base for it, maybe? It's not bad. Keeps this walkway a little more open too. And I like that it continues the pattern a little bit. I like this though. It's really simple detail, but it does look good. It just doesn't work here as well. It's not bad that that lines up, but it honestly might be better to just continue this. Oops. What did I miss? Just building, man. Nothing crazy. I have to start there. That's an idea. Like get rid of that and then line it. I don't know. We'll see. Gotta build it, I guess. Got some donations from a buddy of mine, so we're feeling good. We're gonna be getting badges and emotes now. I have no choice. I mentioned it and he donated specifically for that, so now we gotta send it. So maybe after stream I'm gonna be talking to someone on Fiverr to get them done already. Tried building them myself and I was like, this is gonna take too long. Oh, I ain't got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Can you make an arch using triangles or something for the entrance? It's like sort of what I've been messing with. I like, really what it is I like the way this shape looks. It's just kind of a cool little detail and it creates a slightly larger door than normal. So I'm trying to like replicate this door pattern, but with slightly different. I'm just haven't figured out how I want to do it yet. This is a little too much, I don't know. Because the other ones die into the curve essentially, so they don't go as far, which I like. I don't like them going really far down. It's too much visually for me at the moment. So I gotta kind of figure out how I want to do the detail. Might just be like, I mean, that looks kind of decent. Might just like remove one and call it there. Just do that. And then figure out maybe on the other side. It just looked weird with like ash cement there. And this is too blocky. So, just trying to figure it out. I don't know. I gotta mess with it a little more. I've just been having more fun with the other parts. These respond, yeah. I gotta remember to get these every night. Unfortunately, this is way too late to be doing this. Ugh. Why am I doing it now? I should just sleep and do it first thing in the morning. Dang it. So then I have to wait until 1952 to do it the next night, which is not worth it. I should have been paying attention. Hopefully my crunching isn't too bad. I got the new crispy Cheez-It goldfish. Not Cheez-Its. They're interesting. I don't know how I feel about them. No! Get over here! What? Where'd you go? You ran away. Sounds amazing. The outside looks good. Bit hard to work out what to do on the inside. Yeah. I think I like it on the outside because I think the pattern looks good. On the inside, it's like almost too crazy. It's like too much detail. Like it doesn't fit the vibe I have on the inside yet, so I need to simplify it, I think is really what it is. What are you running from? Oh, that. I'm running too! Get me out of here! I was building all day and don't feel like I got anything done. Did you build at least one thing? Are you talking to Luderav? I'm assuming. It's all stuff. Even if you feel like you didn't get anything done, technically you figured out what not to do. That's a hard pill to swallow sometimes, but it's necessary. There are days where I'd build and I'd redo everything. Can I have that, like, assault damage, dude? Need a spicy really bad. It's all these lifesteal immunity ones. Arrow refund? Can I get one that doesn't have a useless effect? I want one, this exact thing, but with something better. Just anything. There's so many options. What I want more than anything in New Game Plus is a way to just combine trinkets. Put a lot of lighting and more armor dummies down. That's about it. That's the what brings it to life, though. Finale damage, arrow refund. I don't use arrows ever. I don't like bows in any way, shape, or form. So let me take all this down. This does not look good. Want this ash cement back. At least you made progress. Exactly. I mean, with your builds, that's like the best part is when you start doing that stuff. Looks amazing when you start going nuts with the armor dummies and stuff. It also messes with this lighting pattern, if I'm going to end up doing this lighting pattern. Yeah, arrow refund, bow damage up, finale damage. They would be good if you like bows. I really do not like bows. I'd rather use the spicy staff, personally. 10 times out of 10. I just have more fun with it. Does Looter have a YouTube channel? Yes, he does. Give him a look. Got a couple videos on his playground stuff. Some of his newer things he was working on. If you like my builds, you'll love his stuff. He's crazy. Might be crazier than I am. We're both just different levels of crazy is really what it is. Different kinds of crazy. You know as well as I do, one build takes like 4 days or so. Or more. Especially like when you're getting it started. Like, that's always the hardest time. Is like figuring out. It's one thing to build the outside, and then it's like, then you gotta figure out the inside, which is all the intricate details. And there's endless possibilities of where you could go. I mean, you have like stories along with your stuff that you're trying to like stick to, so you gotta like figure out your storytelling elements. You got a lot of stuff to figure out with all of that. Not really sure these columns are doing anything either. They just blend in. Take them materials back. No reason to waste them. Okay, we'll check him out. Saw the base tour. You did. Yeah, he's also got a base tour video or 2 on See-Through's channel. Place. And there will be more base tour videos to come, as well as he finishes things. It's sort of an interesting... I think I was messing with something, that's why I started placing these like this. With like a chandelier sort of design like this. Because I still have to figure out this chandelier inside. But you have to think of this as inversed, like flipped upside down. And I have to do the lighting on top of here too. There's gonna be a bunch of lighting in here. Honestly, that kind of would be worth figuring out right now. So I think I just build the 4 inside ones, green each. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Question is, how easy is it going to be to figure out which ones those are? So they start here, I guess, actually, yeah. Just... and this and this. This is sort of meant to be like an inverse of the lower section. It's the idea behind it, at least. Hello? Let me through. What did I do to you? Nat needs to go on a diet. YouTube is the same name. Yep. I don't think I linked your YouTube in my video, actually. I'm an idiot. I need to add that to the description. Definitely meant to. Alright, let's make sure... I wish I had the stinking ghost mode, dude. Oh yeah, that's doing it. So that went... might have gone one too far, actually. I guess they need to blend in from each direction. Yeah. That's kind of what I did here as well, actually, so it's probably right. It's probably the way I need to do it, either way. One, two, three, four. Dude, I'm stuck. Let me out! Please! I've done nothing wrong. Is it this one? Curious to see what chandelier... Dude, I'm curious to see what chandelier I come up with. As of right now, it's perplexing my brain. Dude, why am I getting stuck? How does that even work? How do you get stuck inside that? It's just a column. Give Iterative 3 to 5 weeks, and he would have built something in the entire backyard, honestly. Perks of creative, man. You get to just go nuts. I'm just too obsessed with the story to just play creative. I have to like break it up with the collecting and survival aspect, or else I get bored. I feel like I have to have like a reason to keep building in a game. And survival gives me that, whereas creative doesn't. I can't find like a reason in my brain why I'm doing it. Now that I make content, it makes more sense. So I probably need to do something in a creative mode, or at least probably playgrounds, honestly, is better for me. Go really crazy. Gonna start going to bed. Talk to y'all later. Sounds good, Goose. Have a great rest of your night. Get some sleep. Alright, so did I do the same thing? That's the purple. Yeah. To... yeah, to the tip. Just the... oh, I actually did do these ones, didn't I? What color is this? I can't even tell. Alright, that's purple. Hence the story I come up with? Yeah. Yeah, that'll mess with my brain doing all the story stuff too, though. I did go in one. I didn't? Did I do that? So I just don't have the middle, okay. Yeah, your stories are crazy too. I just build crazy things. My brain can't comprehend all the storytelling you do. It's next level. So that should be right, I think. Hey, let me through. The backstories of Iterative stuff are great, though. I'm stuck. Let me out. I could do it. My brain just doesn't quite think that way is all. Bruh, what? How do I keep getting stuck so easily? I don't remember getting stuck this much. I just physically couldn't get through some of the gaps. You can do anything you set your mind to, man. Yeah. Get me out of this place. This is why I've been avoiding doing this type of work on stream. Because it's miserable. Yeah, his builds are... It is a cool part that, like, it adds to the builds, which is great. What? Did I build these? Distracted. Ooh, piece of candy. That's how my brain works. Okay. Hello? It's honestly so much easier to get through one side than the other. Dang, texture mapping is so annoying. Oop, almost trapped myself forever. Go. Think thin. Think thin. Oh my gosh. Gotta finish and take you through the Ash Kingdom 2, Timber? Oh man, definitely. Is that the charcoal build one? Dude, get me out of here, dude. What is going on? Why is this so difficult? Pretty sure that's the barbecue one, right? Let me in. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, the charcoal grill. I did some fly arounds of that, but I didn't end up using them in the video. So I have like, I remember you, I think you did a bit of a tour or showed off like the beginnings of that build in one of See-Through's videos, if I remember correctly. Alright, whatever. Did I get, was that today? Yeah. That was a cool build as well. Couldn't build anything like that because it's too much money. Meaning too much ash cement. It actually looks like a rainbow. That night it's gonna look great. A couple tours with him on that one, but it's still not done. The never-ending project. Did I not move that? How do you move on and decide enough is enough for a portion of build? I would be adjusting those lights among the mushroom pillars for hours. I think as you get better at the building, you learn what is going to give you like a certain effect and what's not. Those lights, like moving them does visually nothing. Like all I knew is that when I was working on the bottom here, I wanted each side, it doesn't come through as much as I'd like it to, but it starts white and then the saturation slowly changes to 100% color. So they sort of fade into the color each. And then because this star is the upper thing just placed on the ground, I wanted the like inverse, so I wanted the colors to do the same thing. Moving those lights affects the lighting absolutely zero. So like perfecting them in the middle doesn't change the visual effect of it all. I like that just out in the exterior of the build. So for me, it's like you learn what's going to add an effect to the build and what's not going to add an effect. Some lighting, like this lighting makes a big difference, but the fact that it's not like perfectly centered or whatever visually doesn't change anything. And you learn those as the more you mess with the lighting and the materials as well. It will definitely help you. I can sort of endlessly go, but I've sort of learned you're never going to perfect. no matter how much you move things, you're never going to perfect it. And sometimes you just have to put it down and say that's good enough for now, and I'll revisit it when I'm maybe more creative that another day. I think I might just get rid of this ash cement here. I just kind of look at it and I'm like, that's achieving the visual effect that I was going for. No reason to spend more time on it. At some point, you gotta finish the build, you know. But I often find that more often than not, I go back and revisit builds. And change things. I mean, like, I start off with a really basic design, and then, like, this all happened last night. All of these things, all these little towers. And it was just like a flat floor, and these statues were placed on this level. It still looked good, it just didn't have enough detail. You hit a certain point where you're like, okay, it's getting too complicated as well. Where, like, I'm sort of hitting that point with, like, more lighting and stuff is sort of getting crazy visually. Where this is already a lot of detail. Like, simple, good moves, this effect turned out great. It does exactly what I wanted it to. I wanted it to be a cool, like, altar in the middle for the Weevil and Aphid. And we hit that point. So I'm like, done. Gotta stop. If I keep moving it and adding little things, more lighting, but it'll just start taking away from some of the cooler details as well. As a building tips video, if you haven't seen it, yeah, I do have that as well. Posted that a couple days ago on my YouTube. Sounds like it's been pretty well received so far. Sort of has some general tips just for the way I think about building and design, along with some more game-specific mechanics that help you place things that may have seemed impossible before. Kind of like that this is just a lighting effect where it's not adding a crazy amount of texture, which is what I wasn't liking about adding, like, even more ash cement, because this is all going to get similar effects to this. It'll be a different design, but these walls are going to get something. So, like, simplistic is good sometimes. You can definitely overdo the details. Details bring it to life, but you can absolutely overdo them and just clutter a good design. Sort of what I've been thinking, like these are very distinct, like, intentional moves. I wanted some lighting, so these squared out a little bit. The circles sort of kept it was too big. We're using these on every part of it. Simplified the round. We're using the rounding and not going over the top with the lighting. But, like, this effect going all the way down to there is just too much detail. It doesn't quite fit the vibe of the rest of the build. So figuring out, like, what's too much detail and what's not enough. It's a bit of an art. I haven't even done this lighting, have I? On every side. So much to do. I don't know if I like the lighting or not on the columns. It sort of draws your eye away from that, which is what I want the main focus to be. I also don't like the way these look. I prefer being able to hide the sap sconces in some way. Or make them look a bit more intentional, I guess. Can be a hard balance on some builds, though. I've had times where I've had to go back and change something 5 or 10 times. And the more stuff you do, the more you get further and further into the game. You unlock the creativity side of it, where, like, the more you build with the different materials in the game and different pieces, you sort of learn, like, what looks good together and what doesn't, what you like personally and what you don't like. But you also can sort of endlessly build when you start getting to that level, as you realize the flexibility of the entire build system. So it's easy to overdo it. Would like to have the quarter corner roofs. Yeah, 100%. There was somewhere I was trying to do. I was working on a design And I was like, it absolutely needs... I think it was something with these. I was trying to figure out a cool way to do this. And I was like, without the corner, it was just getting weird. That would be a really nice block to have. And I think you could essentially just take this and cut it. Same with this. Take this, cut it. Textures are almost like, I mean, they literally line up like perfect. That's the piece you need right there. Same thing with like this. That's your quarter. Cut it. Pretty much exactly. And then you probably would just have to add in this little detail to finish it off and be done with it. Oh, it's getting night. Now we can see. It's like a sundial. Gotta see this lighting. So I like the way the chandelier is sort of starting, but I don't know where to go from here. Roof is amazing. Thank you. I'm really happy. Funny enough, when I started this roof, I stared at this roof for like 5 hours. What's up? Got up early. Welcome in, Velocity. Hope you're having a good morning, man. Glad you could make it in for a bit. The roof looked horrific, the first layout I did. I just used these and sort of drug, I think I had a block on the bottom, and then I just did this, and then another like half block, and then another roof, and then so on and so forth. And I was like, it looked so bad, so incredibly bad, because I wanted this to feel like a dome, but you can't physically make a dome unless you're in playgrounds. You can use the one in the water. I can't stay long, been busy recently, but figured I'd stop in and say hello. Welcome in, Crazy. It hasn't been the same without you, man. We miss you here, but I get the crazy life. I am right there with you. Life is insane. But yeah, I'm quite happy with how the roof turned out. My church sort of build thing, I think is what I would call it. That thing. Luderav gave me the idea for these like center column things, and then I just kind of came up with this weird detail on my own on accident by placing blocks, and it placed in between the roofs. Because I was like, how do I make these roofs look cool? And it ended up working perfect, and then I found a way to sort of repurpose that design to make a slightly more domed effect. And then I just kept adding details. It was much more simplistic. The ash cement was all added way later on. It was just the mushroom in the beginning. But I just started loving the ash cement and mixture between the two. I couldn't stop. Knife is back. Welcome back, man. I did place those. What? Is my brain not working, obviously? It's not quite bright enough. Do I have the saturation, everything turned up? It doesn't really change it at all. Maybe just a tad, but it's not the brightness. It's a little bit of lighting. It's not great. It needs a bit more, I think. But I'll figure that out. These are looking cool. Might have to do more picture frames in those. Question is, what pictures? The teens? There's not 4 though. It's not your typical roof. It sticks out from all the rest. I mean that in a good way. Yeah, it's very... I haven't seen anything like it. The new blocks have really changed the game. I keep saying that. But, yeah, the lighting's very different from PC and Xbox. I did that test with Rob on the Discord, he is the one. I had seen this flooring 100 times. I mean, there's a lot of people that have done this flooring style. I just never had it fit in a build that I was using where I had like a bunch of space underneath that I could use. And I randomly lifted this up because I had the idea of making like a cool staircase that came up to it. And so I was like, it's perfect. It's the perfect floor. I like the tiling effect. And then he did this like glowing color in it. And his looks insane on Xbox because all of this disappears and it just sort of glows. Sort of get like, if you think of this effect, this higher glow, but from like every angle, it looks like that. Whoa. Oops. Technical difficulties. Why is that not tight? And so he kind of created the effect and got me going on it. It just looked so good. But on Xbox, it glows in a way cooler effect. It doesn't look bad by any means, but it looks even cooler on Xbox. Like the roof lighting would look insane. Absolutely insane if it glowed to the same effect, but it just doesn't quite do it. It looks cool. It's got the the rainbowy effect where it like looks different from each angle. Like it's what I wanted. It just doesn't glow as much as I'd like. Slowly figuring it out. I think I got these today, right?
Let's see what's around
here. I have my brightness on high and it's not even bright. Yeah. Same. Unfortunately, it just doesn't quite look as good. I think it's just because the settings are a little bit better. I think it would look better if I was on lower settings because it would sort of just blur together more. But I can't bring myself to play on low settings for recordings and stuff. Like, let's see. It may not even do anything. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Just looks grainier. And my game won't even run on Epic. Yeah, just play on the lowest quality known to mankind. Probably do a square floor there. It's kind of funky. Didn't even realize I was doing that. The little details you find when you spend this much time building. Dude, I'm liking this though. I like that it kind of swaps. It breaks it up a little bit. It's not overbearing. I guess I didn't think about this blocking everything. Might work out the other way. That way it's actually mirrored. I like that. It was staring me in the face the whole time. Oh, wait, what? Can't tell if those lights need to be white either. There's a lot of lighting happening currently. There's a lot going on. Not necessarily in a bad way, but it's getting crazy. Don't know if it's too much. What is your favorite old games? What are you considering old? Like, what era of games would be considered old? Because my old might be really old. Okay, from like the beginning. I see. Oh man. That's really hard. Played a lot of random games growing up. I was like slightly too young. I'm 32, so I was like slightly too young to get really into the really old gaming stuff. But like, so like I really got into gaming in like the original PlayStation, original Xbox, GameCube, and Nintendo 64 was probably the main one. But to say my favorite, man, like Ocarina of Time is incredible. Definitely one of my favorites. Me and Zero in Minecraft rebuilt the entire map of Ocarina of Time. Jak and Daxter is freaking amazing. That is a great game. I think the struggle is that I can't decide on which one. They're all so good. I think you're going to get an ad in a second, so I'll wait unless you have premium. Let me know. So I want to answer your question while you're getting an ad. I don't hate this. I hate this, though. Ratchet and Clank was insane, too. Sly Cooper was also amazing. Really enjoyed that game. That was very fun. Every old GameCube game. Crystal Chronicles. Oh, this one. I don't know if anyone's ever played this game. Probably one of my favorite games of like all time. It's really random. Phantasy Star Online on the GameCube. I have thousands of hours in that game. Me, my brother, and one of our buddies, one of my friends that I like grew up with, he ended up moving in with us after his dad passed away. We spent ages playing Phantasy Star Online. It's a really, really fun game if you've never played it. Incredible. Very repetitive in some sense, but you slowly get through the progression. It's sort of like New Game Plus, essentially. Like you go through and you play the difficulties go harder and harder and harder as you play through them, and then you get better stuff. It's so fun, though. I love that game. It had this like really fun grind to it for finding weapons and stuff. Really good old cool styling to it. It was really fun. I miss that game. I need to play that. My brother has our GameCube though, so I can't. And all of our memory cards. Yeah, Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper. The lighting is getting cooler and cooler every time I see your streams. Thank you. I feel the same. It's coming together now. We're getting it. We're figuring things out. Slowly working our way up. Every time I get stuck on like an outside portion, I start working on something on the inside and vice versa. I think we're there. I just kind of have to figure out this, then all of this stuff is done on each side. And then we got to figure out a little bit more detail in lighting up top and this crazy chandelier and then both these sides, and we're done after that. Still a ways off, but there's so many good old games though. What are you going to do for the empty walls? That's a great question. Currently, I might work on that for a little bit now that I've finished some of this interior stuff while I think through it. Currently, I like this side to here. I don't like any of this under part. So I'm going to rebuild this on the other side, rebuild this on the other side, and then sort of reconfigure how this works, because I'm not loving, things just weren't lining up the way I wanted. I started, and I just can't bring myself to destroy it and start over. I like building on the other side, so I can compare and contrast ideas a little bit more. So that's probably what we're going to do right now, honestly. Just kind of had to figure out how we were doing it. Yeah. And then on the inside, beats me, man. I honestly have no clue what we're doing on the inside of these areas. It'll come to me in a dream. Most of the time, it comes to me randomly as I'm going to bed. I'm just laying there, and I'm like, that's it. I finished all of Jak and Daxter. I don't know if he turns back into humans. I mostly played the earlier one. My brother was obsessed with Jak and Daxter. He loves that game. He would know much better than I do. But he's a turd and he doesn't come to streams. I'm gonna have a talk with him. It will come to him in a dream, seriously. I almost said it at the same time. I was like, didn't I just say that? You're like, yep. Great minds think alike. Actually, that's not even right. This goes just like that. Oop. Yeah. That. I honestly feel like I'm missing so many games too that are amazing. Honestly, I really enjoyed Banjo-Kazooie. I really enjoyed the originals, and then I really enjoyed Nuts and Bolts, just because I like building random things, and that allowed me to build crazy random things. So that game was really fun. Even though not many people liked it, I did. Me and my brother just built ridiculous stuff in that game, so we had a great time doing it. I loved the original Animal Crossing. Absolutely loved that game. That was really fun. The chill, cozy vibes of that game are really good. I'm trying to think of what other games are on GameCube, PlayStation. Spyro? Spyro was amazing. I really liked that game as a kid. Me and my brother played a ton of Spyro. Early 2000s games were the best. All the Lego games were really fun too as well. I did really enjoy those. We played a ton of the Star Wars ones growing up. Oh, it does stick out a bit more. Yeah. Now I'm remembering. Classic game stream. The struggle there is I don't personally have any of the consoles, so I'd have to like really mess with figuring out how to do it. And I don't have like a capture card or anything, so then I'd have to figure out how to download them and stuff. It's possible. I need to take a screenshot. I have to figure out the logistics of it because it's definitely not my specialty. I'm not much of a tech person, but I could ask my Zero, who is God, I hate that does that with the snip tool. Sorry, one sec. Just got to get that screenshot so I can copy it on the other side. Now I can sit here and do this. I'll have to go back and forth and waste time. Honestly, there's so many other games I can't even think of right now. I need like a list. Because I wouldn't have thought of Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank right off the bat, but they were amazing games. Alright, that's what we're doing wrong. I'm looking at the image and still getting it wrong. Yeah. Who knows? Best PC setup. Best PC setup. 2 or 3 monitors. I have 2 currently. I might get a 3rd one set up. I had a 3rd monitor, but then my wife started working from home and needed it, so she took it back. So I'd have to buy another one, and I haven't felt like It's not a need currently. It wouldn't suck, it would just make a couple things easier. But I have like YouTube, my music, a couple images, Discord, and chat on the other screen, so it gets the job done. Guys, what did I miss? Welcome in, James. We're just building, man. Nothing crazy. We finished up a bit more of the insides. Finished up some of these sides with the lighting and stuff. Finished up this stuff yesterday. And a bit this morning. Go back 5 minutes ago. Mostly just building. We just did this stuff, really. This was all yesterday. Finished a bit of it, and we did the lighting up here as well in the ceiling. So the pillars she made yesterday came out nice. Yeah, I'm very happy with these. They turned out great. Very fun. Has all the detail I really wanted, where it also, I wanted it to feel more separated. So this was like an outer walkway with the Ant Queen stuff and just some like stairways that are gonna go down into the basement. And that sort of achieves that hallway effect a little bit because I wanted this to sort of become the center of attention. So everything kind of like leads to it, I guess. The stairs really like are more emphasized now. And then we got to figure out the chandelier because my brain only thinks in like the terms of looking like a claw machine currently. And I'm building out this other side to match the other side that I've done. While my brain tries to comprehend how to move forward. The creature basement, it's going to be, if you look up the Sept of Baelor from Game of Thrones, underneath it, at one point, they blow up. They blow everything up. Because there's bombs, like wildfire is the technical term for it. There's wildfire underneath it, which is just like crazy explosives. And so I'm going to use the spiky burrs, wherever they are. These explosive burr traps, because they glow green and they look really cool. So the plan will be these two entrances will go down into the basement. And then once this is all sort of closed in, it's just going to be a massive spiky, explosive spiky burr trap in the basement. It's going to look ridiculous. And then I'll probably see if it blows up the whole base. And then just reload the save afterwards for when I finally do the base tour. So at some point, this is all going to get posted on my YouTube as a big base tour. I just can't decide if I'm going to do it sooner than later. Technically, I've done the Pagoda base tour like 3 times now. Once with see-through, twice on my channel. Don't tell me if you're going to blow it up. It'll be like an off-stream. I guess it could be on-stream, but I might have to do it off. I guess I could reload the save. It doesn't really matter. I could do it on-stream once just for fun, but I think it's going to crash the game pretty bad. Blowing it all up, so it'll be interesting to see. But I want to get it set up so I can like get the footage of me walking down. Yeah, the PC might explode. It's a nice PC, but it might still explode. But I want to get the footage of me going down and like setting off the explosives. And then I also want to have it set up with a secondary camera on the side here. Like just chilling out here. I have 2 accounts, one on Microsoft for Xbox and one on Steam. So I can load in a multiplayer map and use the handy nat and turn off all the HUD and stuff to get the filming right. But so I'll have it out here and it'll just explode the whole thing. And hopefully the footage looks cool. I haven't really used the explosive spiky burrs. Might be worth testing that, honestly. At some point. I don't really know how badly they explode or don't. You can also collect a bunch of those materials that I had strewn all about. Stop destroying my base. I don't understand why you see me. So I'm pretty sure you have to use spicy to blow them up. Alright. I think that could have devastating effects with... There's going to be hundreds of them underneath. It's going to be the entire underneath. It's going to be filled with them. Because I can. Oh, they fixed that. Let's go. That wasn't working for a while. The lights never weren't being destroyed previously. So like when I was working on that, I had a ton of lights placed on the previous version, and not a single one fell when I destroyed the whole thing. So I had to one by one destroy the entire thing. It was horrible. This is way better. Much more convenient. I didn't hate it because you could create a flying light, which I kind of wanted to do, and I'm assuming now I won't be able to. Because they don't float. I wanted that like Harry Potter effect where like the floating candles. But I wanted it to be intentional. Not accidentally doing it because the game's bugged. Pick up sticks. 6 years later, this is when I need that turbo click thing that See-Through has. But I don't have any extra buttons on my mouse to use it for, so it's not very effective. I have them all mapped to other things that I like more. That I use in every game I play. I'm sure this sounds wonderful, hearing my mechanical keyboard be smashed constantly. Gotta do a Voldemort expression when you explode. I'll have some fun. It was like with the little thief. I'm not even sure if many people saw that. In my updated Pagoda Base tour that I did. Unfortunately, the music got deleted because it was copyrighted, because I got screwed by the music company I was using. They like charged me a bunch of money, so I had to cancel because I was supposed to be a trial. It screwed up the whole copyright thing for that video. For the little like Pink Panther sneaky sound. But I was like, it was a fun little edit to throw into the middle and show off like my secret stash of all my extra trinkets. So I like adding those to like base tours, having like fun little effects, because this base has a bunch of little secret stuff compared. Actually, is this stuff spawned yet? Yeah. This base has a bunch of secret little passageways and stuff, and it's only going to get more as I keep building the city out. And so I want to have fun ways to show those off, not just like walk down them boringly. And like the explosive thing will definitely be, along with showing off the little secret areas. Thought I saw an aphid. I like cinematically showing that stuff off. It makes it a little more fun. Where are you running from? I have aphid slippers on. Where's the lo-fi? Lo-fi. Oop. Heal. Lo-fi, royalty free. Velocity sent me a playlist. I just don't like it that much. It's not as... I listened to a royalty free list that T-Pain made. And as a millennial, that is my jam. I love T-Pain. It's like all of my high school memories are to like T-Pain music and stuff. All those fun high school dances. And he has multiple lists of free music. It's a little more hip-hop styled. But in terms of just random stuff for videos, I just have like one. I was using a website and then they screwed me, and so I kind of haven't been messing with anything since. I also don't really want to pay for stuff when there's a handful of free websites that I've found. Hard part is there's too many options out there, is what it really comes down to. There's so many websites to find that stuff on. It's just finding the ones that don't require you to make a trial and put your credit card in and all that crap. I don't need that. I also at some point want to recruit my, I guess he's my cousin-in-law. He's my wife's cousin. But he has a degree in sound production, something along those lines. But he wants to make video game music, essentially. And so he's made a bunch of fun stuff. Working with Zero. He's done all the work. I haven't really done anything but help with ideas at this point. He's doing all the programming for a game we were working on. And I was going to bring in my cousin-in-law to do the sounds and do some music for it as like a first project for him after he gets out of college. Or are you going to do just taking stream? Are you going to do a just talking stream sometime or just gaming? I'd never thought of doing a just talking stream. I don't feel like I'm interesting enough to just talk. I have to have something to talk about, you know? I'm always down to talk about anything, though. I just like doing it while gaming, is mostly it. I don't know. Those may not be the final ones I use again, but... I can't really think of anything interesting, like just purely talking, that I would be able to add value to anyone's night. Whereas when I'm building, at least I'm like, the designs are inspiring to people, and then the conversation that comes with it is just whatever chat's talking about at the time. Which works for my, like, flow. Gives the vibes I like, I guess. I know, I shouldn't be yawning. I guess it's already 10. Holy cow, dude, what? I had an energy drink not that long ago, too. Shouldn't be tired right now. The heck? Dang kids. They're so exhausting. What? I wasn't even close to looking at that. I'm pretty sure you're the one making me yawn, Knife. Yeah. What are you gonna do about that? How you like me now? Yeah, these need to be the same. That's gonna bug me. Just the fact that those little things aren't lining up is enough to drive me nuts. Might be because it's 11. It does have an effect. It does. But I shouldn't be yawning while streaming, man. Kids got me exhausted. Who would have guessed? Hello? There you go. It's gonna be nice having some more of this done. I've been meaning to get to this side of the castle for a while, or the cathedral for a while. Have you come across a YouTuber called Jam? Currently, I don't think his channel is very big. He's a very good builder like you. He built... Yeah, I actually have. I wish I had started building around the time he did. He built a lot earlier. He was doing YouTube content on Grounded a long time before I was. He doesn't seem... He plays a decent amount of other games as of late. But he just posted a... Or maybe it wasn't him. Maybe it was some other... There's a couple smaller YouTube builders that sort of just make smaller build tutorial buildings and stuff. Like Aerostar or something like that is another one I found. But they don't do as much anymore. But I like his builds. I like those smaller builds. I want to do some stuff like that, some like smaller build tutorials, because it's a little more useful than building just crazy, ridiculous things the whole time. In terms of helping other people, not many people want to build the things I want to build. They want to see it, but pretty rare that they actually want to build it themselves. Gotta go to bed. I got work. Sounds good, man. Have a great rest of your knife. We'll catch you on the next one. I may or may not be streaming tomorrow. Cannot answer at this moment in time. And if we do, there's a high chance that we'll be playing Subnautica. Because I want to bring in some other games to the channel. But I will let everyone know in the Discord. But you get some rest and have a good day at work tomorrow. I'd say I have the day off because it's a weekend, but you don't get a day off when you have a kid. It's still a lot of work. Hey. None of these are what I'm clicking on. Thank you. Dude. Killing me, Handyman. I control you, not the other way around. Right, that is right. I'll make the rules here. What does that corner look like? I think it does look like that. Ugh, gotta get rid of all this stuff though. Slowly but surely we're getting there. It's a 24-hour job when you have a kid? No joke, man. No joke. It's crazy, but like my work day feels like my day off, like my break. Luckily, I have a very chill sales job that's like sell bike racks and stuff. So there's no emergencies and stuff. I worked in the medical sales industry and it nearly killed me. It was horrible. But I've gotten a lot of life back with the job I currently work at, which is great. And a full-time salary working 32 hours a week. So hard to complain. But because I work from home and I can just like work with a stream on or have a show or a movie or something not like super distracting, but just enough to give my ADHD what it needs. The days feel much more relaxed, and I've been doing the job so long now. It's been like 5 years that it's very comfortable. There's days that are crazy, but compared to watching a kid, it's a pretty easy job. I used to get stressed at my job on some days, but now it's like, well, comparatively, this is a joke. I can do this in my sleep. Oh. Please dive back. I gotta go take another screenshot of this side so I can remember it. It's a couple funky spots that are slightly different than I remembered. Yeah. I don't know why it does that. Didn't used to do that when I took screenshots. Like flip across for no reason. There we go. Like this. Then that goes in the center. This goes all the way across. Kind of, I guess. This is where I'm going to start adjusting the design towards the bottom here, though. Like everything up to this point. I don't have any kids, but sometimes I help look after my stepbrother's kids. Yeah, that'll do it. It's like one thing to hang out with kids, but like if you watch a kid for a bit, you really understand, like, and then you can be like, okay, so that like you give me someone's kid for the day, not bad. As long as they go back to them at night, it's really not that bad. It's the like, all right, so it was a long day of work, then 3 or so hours of watching the kid and taking care of him and getting him dinner and all that stuff, which is all good. And then you'd go to bed and you're like, we're good, we're done now. But no, that's when chaos hits because you're ready for bed and they have a bad night and then you wake up the next day on like 5 hours of sleep and you're just like, oh no. And then you got to do it again. And then you get another bad night a day later. And then you're like, oh, wait a second. No. We're going the wrong direction here. And then it only takes a couple bad nights. And then your whole sleep schedule is destroyed. And they're good. He's just going to go back to bed the next night like it was nothing. Like nothing happened. And he takes multiple naps during the day because he doesn't have a job. So he's got it easy. But I'm always trying to catch up on sleep. Nowadays. That's the real struggle. It's like the compounding effect of not getting enough sleep. Is what makes it very difficult. And I am such a night owl, it makes it even worse. Where like, I finish stream and that's my time now, finally. I thoroughly enjoy the streaming. It's not like overwhelming or anything. I enjoy every aspect of it, but it's not like, my brain is very active while I'm streaming. So it's not, there's no chill, per se. I'm always trying to like do multiple things at the same time. So once I turn stream off, it's like, okay, this is my time now. But it's never enough. I want to stay up until 12 or 1 every night to get in as much of my own time as I can. And then it compounds even more because then I'm still not getting enough sleep because I'm doing that instead of going to sleep. Most gamers can understand that. Not wanting to go to bed because you just want to keep playing or keep doing whatever you're doing. It's a tough balance. Get this lighting in. There's a lot of little details to still figure out, but this thing's coming together. We're getting close. And I already have ideas for the next build, which is nice. A lot of the times I get to a point like this and I'm like, what am I going to do next? How do I top this? I don't know if the next build will top this by any means, but the viewers will like it because it's for the supporters and viewers of the channel. Be a little more involved in the design, I think, as well. I just kind of work and do stuff on this. Call me crazy. What if we did like stairs? That way I could do this level change without actually have to change anything. So that was something I was stuck on. Do like a bigger lower balcony. I don't know. It's the hard part is I have so much of that built already. It's like it's tough to abandon and start over. My stepbrother has 2 girls with his wife. They are 6 and 9. Teaching them how to play grounded, and they're enjoying it. Nice. I think the hardest part about kids, it's the really young phase where like they really can't do much for themselves. And so it's more intensive on the parent specifically. When they get to that age of like my niece is 8 now, and it's just fun. Like there's no more like, she's so self-sufficient and so intelligent already, like it makes it so easy to hang out with her. We just do fun things. Whereas like I have fun, but it's harder to play with a 1-year-old. And he's currently going through a leap where like everything's just more difficult. He's wants to get into everything, and he's got to learn that he can't get into everything. And so it's a tougher time. But as they get older and older, it just gets easier. It doesn't necessarily get easier, but it gets more enjoyable because I can do more things with him. Like I'm really excited for this summer. I just got a bike trailer for my mountain bike, and so I can take him on bike rides with me. Whereas like the last year, trying to fit in a bike ride, like I used to ride 16 to 20 miles every day or every other day or so. At least every other day, I rode 16 to 20 miles on like a paved trail that went around Portland. I had a blast doing that, but I got done with work at 4, usually 3:30, honestly. And then I would be able to go and ride until 5:30 or 6. Then I'd come back, cook dinner for me and my wife. She would get done with work around 6 most days because she was super busy at the job she was working at the time. And I had so much time to like do stuff like that. And I'm like, now I don't know what to do. Like I don't have time to go ride my bike and get that exercise in like I used to, because I work and then I take my kid and then I stream. Feeling sick, might go for a bit. Sounds good, Fancy. No worries, man. You gotta take care of yourself. Appreciate you hanging out anyways, though. What? Oh, I was like, what is that trying to build? Okay, I gotta go collect all that stuff. So now that I have this like bike trailer set up, I got one more piece coming in the mail this week. But once I get that, I'm like, I'll get back to my bike riding, because I'll go pick them up from daycare at my mom's, and then I'll get to go on a bike ride again. And the weather will be good as well. It won't be snowing. I love the snow, but it's hard to bike in the winter when it's snowing. Because it's like my favorite form of exercise. So now I get an extra workout because I'm tossing a kid and a stroller or a trailer back behind me. So I get a better workout, which is great. That works for me. I had that idea. Get a little bit of that exercise life back in. It's kind of cool. I don't hate that. Still here, just farming all the bosses. So maybe... I hate this heart thing. I can maybe best the IBM. Good luck. I have not fought the IBM in New Game Plus at all yet. Not even once. Probably need to at some point. Just to say I did. I finally got a trinket that it would be better than anything I had. It would make it easier. Not easy, but easier. Any random stuff sitting around here now? Slowly getting there. Doesn't snow in Western Australia. I've never seen it. Man, that's crazy to me. I live in a mountain town, so we get snow. It's like a high desert mountain town, so it's like cold and snowy and wintry all winter. You get amazing falls. You get amazing summers. The summer weather is perfect every time. Don't do it, it's a trap. I don't doubt it. I get nothing from it at this point. Literally nothing from doing the infected broodmother. I've already beaten her, so I have parts. I have plenty of parts. I had to beat her 51 times to get the gold card. So I've done my duty in finishing that out. What is fall? You get pretty leaves. There's a lot of evergreen trees here, though, so it's not like the best looking fall ever, but the trees that do get it are great. It's also nice here. It's not like super rainy. Dude, can you not? I cannot figure out how to get that one antlion to not see me there for some reason. It's really weird. I've completely blocked off. It's got 2 levels of foundations. It's one of the ones that's the not the trap ones. I don't know what you call them. The ones that are in the hole, the silly hole. And none of the other ones, I've built 1 layer of foundation over the other ones, and unless I go up to this one specific spot, like, they never see me. But that one is just like an angry dude. Not a fan. I have 2 layers of foundation blocking it off, and it still sees me with it. Just that one, though. None of the other ones bug me. I cannot figure out why. I don't know if I need to use a different material. The foundations just aren't working there. I know they're not perfect, but I've slowly figured out all this other stuff, too. Or, like, I did have some that were spawning here, and I think I've rebuilt this enough, like, in a way that, like, most of them get covered up. And so as long as you don't kill them, once you get it set up right, they don't really bug you anymore, which is really nice. Weird clipping issue. But just that one. Seems to be an angry fella. It's a fun little railing detail, I like that. Just gotta go finish it. Don't think I want any railings on those ones. Can't build that one because that guy gets so angry for no reason. I might rebuild. This is about the only place. 2 spawn here. Everything over there is going to be built up and over that, so there shouldn't be any issues with any of the ones over there. There's only 1 that spawns over there. These 2 are really annoying, so I might have to lift this whole area up. And one of them destroyed that piece, and I can no longer rebuild this detail because they patched this out for some reason. They changed something about the material, so I can't rebuild this. So I may build this out flat from this level, which might stop them from spawning here. Don't know. Then there's 2 that spawn down, that one, and 1 more spawns down here sometimes. I got the wolf spider and the black widow trapped in there, so we're good there. Can't really figure out what to do with this one yet. But I may have 1 there, and then 1 spawns up here for some reason. Sometimes it spawns under the stairs, but not always. Yeah. But I never use that way, so it doesn't bug me. Over here we call it autumn. No, same thing. Fall, autumn. I feel like the term is used interchangeably in the States. Wouldn't say it's just depends on who you're talking to. When did I farm those? This morning? Maybe. I would definitely say both terms are used. Question for everyone, if there was one place you would like to live / visit, where and why? That's tough. Am I really out of clay? There's no way I'm out of clay. Okay, that's what I thought. Just can't reach it to that one. I guess I've been very lucky. I've done quite a bit of traveling in my life. There's definitely places I'd like to go back. I think Sweden. Sweden or Norway. I'd love to go skiing there. That's a bucket list for sure. I've been lucky enough. I've gone to Italy, France, Brazil, Mexico. Handful of places in the U.S. There's nowhere specific I want to go in the U.S. or would want to live at least. Kind of like where I am at this point. Sweden or Norway are definitely up there. Ireland would be really cool. Italy's amazing, especially as an architecture buff. I really enjoyed Italy. It was a really cool place. If you like history and stuff, it's amazing. And it's just a really cool place as well. Would you prefer Norway or Sweden over Italy? So my brother-in-law ended up getting engaged in Sweden. And there is something about the beauty. In terms of traveling, I'd probably go Italy over Sweden, but I've never been to Sweden or Norway, so it's hard to say. I haven't been there, but the views are immaculate. They look gorgeous. So that's a big reason why I want to travel there and see that. It's just a beautiful place. Italy was just really interesting, especially as like a tourist. It's very... There's so much going on that like you can't get bored in Italy. There's just so much to do. I don't know if you could spend enough time there to see everything. There's just so much going on. But I think they both have, it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for something more like nature oriented, Norway and Sweden specifically, I don't know Norway as well, would be the way to go. If you want something more history, really, I mean, both are going to have really interesting cultures, but I think Italy just has so much going on in Rome. It'd be maybe more entertaining overall. But it also depends on what you consider entertaining. I'd love to go back to Brazil. I think that would be really cool. Some more places in South America, along with going back to Brazil. History, architecture, culture sounds like Italy would be a fun one. Yeah. If you enjoy those things, it's 100%. You can't go wrong with it. It was awesome. Japan, actually. So I have a buddy that lives in Japan. His parents are Japanese, and he moved there after college, and he got married recently. He has a kid, same rough age, just a little bit older than my kid. And he's invited, him and his wife want us to come out at some point. Our kid's a little too young for me to want to make the trip right now, honestly. It'd be a lot of work. But Japan, I really, really want to. That honestly Japan might beat out Sweden, honestly. I think it would. Currently where I am in life, I think Japan is the place I want to go more. Especially because I have someone there that, like, would show me around and be like a tour guide. Because I definitely struggle with the, like, language barrier stuff. That was the hardest part about traveling in Europe, was just the language barrier in a lot of places. For me, is just something mentally I've always struggled with. Not the most confident of travelers. I enjoy traveling, but it's always a bit of a struggle. Bit of anxiety inducing at times. Until I'm like where I wanted to go. It's the getting there, the traveling part, going on the trains. Less so the people. That part's not as hard, but like the traveling aspect, getting on trains, planes. Train stations were horrifying in Italy. They're so complicated comparatively when you don't know the language. Because all it takes is one. Like my mom and my brother ended up getting, went to a town called Trinket, and my mom and brother ended up getting on the wrong. It's like 5 towns, on this freaking gorgeous hillside. It's an amazing place. But we hiked through a couple of the towns because there's like a trail that goes through them, and beautiful, beautiful trail. My brother is not an athletic person, and me and my dad and my mom are all very active, or at least more so. We're little less so these days. Cinque Terre is in Italy, through the Amalfi Coast. Can't talk. And my mom and brother got on the wrong little ferry to go back to the town that we were staying in, and ended up like getting lost. Like horrific nightmares. We didn't have phone service or anything. Easier these days, because international plans are better. But like that's my nightmare. Me and my dad and my uncle were all fine. We hiked to the end, the last town, and then we hiked back, and then we were like, okay, it's been like 6 hours. Where are they? And they got lost, and they got back after us. My mom didn't have very much money with her. Every part of it was bad. It was bad. But it didn't happen to me. But it gives me anxiety thinking about it again. It's like one of those, like, where are they? They're lost in a country they know nothing about. Scary times. But once you're at your place, like having dinner, there's no worries at all for me. It's just that kind of initial travel section of it. Could bring in some curved elements here, maybe. That wouldn't look bad. This side's kind of working. I like that there's a little more ash cement in this as well. It's a bit too big, because we're going to have to get the entrance kind of figured out. Something like that. Kind of sticking to these triangular walls, or doors. Did I get those? No, of course. Dang it, I gotta skip the day. Gotta get them in the morning, or else it's not worth it. Getting them this late at night just means I have to stay up until 1900 every night, which is pointless. Similar story, I visited New York when I was younger and we got lost on the subways because we forgot where our stop was. Yeah, until you, you have no clue. You think you're going the right direction. Dude, the trains in Italy is really cool. Once you're on the train, such a fun experience. I wanted to do that. That's a big thing of like Sweden and Norway I want to do, is the train rides are gorgeous. Through the Alps and stuff. Just so cool. I've seen some videos on that. That would be really fun. But like in the train station is horrifying. It's so complicated when you don't know the language. All the stuff's in the wrong. It just doesn't make sense. It's hard to get help and not sound like an American idiot to everyone in a different country. Definitely an interesting experience. Oops. Luckily, at that point in time, my dad and uncle were the ones that really had to navigate all that stuff, so I didn't have to worry about it too much. But I often had to be the mediating voice when both of them were fighting over what direction's correct, and I'm like, you're both idiots. It's gotta be this way. Could you put half mushroom walls under the ash walls? Might look goofy, definitely. I'm trying to figure out that. I don't want it to get like too thick, but oops. And that's where you're like one of these. Kind of like the curved walls. Switches it up a little bit, but might build them out. Only thing is it makes it look a little thick. That's where I kind of like using like columns and stuff to add that detail, or like the arches. God, I wish there was more arches. Just sort of create like another layer. Might look good, not goofy. Well, you never know until you try, right? Everything I do might look good, or it might look goofy. Actually, that's a repeated pattern. May not look horrible. This needs some support though, I don't know. Going to be determined to go to Italy now. Thanks for sharing. Dude, definitely. It's 100% worth it. Amazing, amazing country. Honestly, I don't know if you could go wrong with any place in Europe. But, oh, that's one. I got to spend one night in Barcelona, in Spain. Spain actually... Oof. Spain and Japan are probably tied. Because Spain... I really like Spanish culture in every aspect. Spain has the architecture of Italy, but culturally I like it a little bit more. And I got to spend one, like we had a layover in Spain, and I really want to go back to Spain, actually. I knew I was forgetting something. I don't know, can't tell what I like more. I like that this is a little thinner, but it needs something. What that is, don't know. This is what I struggled with on the other side. It's interesting design. Yeah, Spain's really up there, honestly, now that I think of it. Because I got a little taste of it, and it was not enough. One evening was nowhere near enough time for Spain. Just happened to be where we had a layover, though. It needs, like, support, though, is the thing. Triangles. I guess I'm gonna do that. This wants to be this. Could be triangles, so you're saying these ones, I'm guessing. I've done like this before. Kind of funky. Eh. Felt like fill it in with a mushroom, maybe. Is that too much? It needs like something out more. I don't know. The one-time layover flights are good. It gave me a reason to want to like go do other things as well. Like, oh, well now I got another place I gotta go to. The issue is that was like a graduation present. So I didn't have to pay for the trip. It's a lot easier to go on a trip like that when you don't have to pay for it. That was like my parents' like one-time sort of big trip. They own a place in Mexico with a bunch of friends. But because they own it with friends and my uncles and stuff, it's a pretty inexpensive trip overall. Helps lighten the load a little bit. It's too heavy. It's just a little too heavy. Hey, I didn't say you could go away. It's mostly why I haven't done a lot of traveling as of late. Stuff's expensive. Although just existing in the States is expensive now, so it's not as bad. I don't hate that. And I might need to build this out more. What if we did like... Could do the opposite. Alright. Use this side as a one test, the other side as another test. Hey. Do what I tell you to do. Yeah, something little that looks good. Yeah. What that is, though, no one knows. So what if we took all this and just recreated it further out? It's probably not the detail, but it's easy to fill in like that. Change it as we go. I like sort of repeating this element from the inside. It's become a decent part of the build overall. on this lower level, these lights. So I kind of like the effect that that offers. That feels more properly supported, honestly. The details aren't quite here yet. Changing things around, I'm sure, but these are like mushroom walls, maybe? And then some cool opportunities for little lights. Might be better with the curved like I have on this side, though. I kind of like the little hints. Just little bits of curves here and there. Except that doesn't work. Interesting. So that's where it gets tough. Something like that. Dude, my autocorrect is horrible. That way I can sort of build like some depth here, maybe. Which I don't hate. It's like the one thing I like about this side. I want these sides to be different, like this entrance to be different from the front, just because I have so many different ideas, but I don't like that this is so thin. Like it's just a one block wall. Doesn't, like, I still don't like this balcony. Just doesn't do it for me. It might just need to be a massive door, honestly, and just scratch the whole balcony thing here on the outside and keep the balcony on the inside. That honestly might be the way to go, and make this more of an epic big door that's like 2 levels high or something. I could even like stop the balcony here or something and make this entrance like massive. Because like the back entrance doesn't need to be... I like the size of this. I like the scale. It feels right. It's kind of fun. It's not perfect by any means, but it's it achieves the effect, and I like this design, but I like the other design as well, so I want to use both of them. This was someone's idea on Discord. Slightly different, I think, than what they did, but that effect sort of works. But I really like the columns for more of like, since this is the main entrance to the whole thing, I really like the columns. All I did was move them apart and place columns in the center. But it sort of creates a more grand effect on this side, which I think might just be better. And then this might just want to be some big freaking door. So I've been staring at this thing like perplexed for a while. Sometimes that's just how it goes, though. Yeah, it goes with the flow of the building. Yeah. And I've used columns like on every wall. Like here, all the way around, and like up there, and I wanted that effect to continue a little bit. But I think I'm too focused on trying to put a balcony here when it might just look better to be a big old entrance. Not sure any of this stuff, just extraneous details. They were just kind of details to be details. They weren't necessarily adding the desired effect that I was going for. And they sort of like ruined that as well, which was kind of always bugging me. Whereas now I could even build this, just, yeah, it could be a massive door of some kind, fill this in. You never know. Oops. I feel like that shouldn't work. It's weird. Interesting. It's funny how many random ideas I've gotten from like accidentally placing something like that. See, this could be a cool effect to like. Who knows? And then I can make sort of a bigger door effect. I think that probably needs to be. I think what I'm getting at is that this front entrance has not felt grand enough. I think it's just because the door's been too small. I'm okay with it being one thick. Maybe it needs to come out a little bit, but I don't know. There's some patterning here that will make sense. I don't think the balcony is needed, though. I could always make this go inside deeper as well. Doesn't have to match necessarily. Saying it yet, but who knows? It's definitely better. The patterning's not right, but something about just a bigger door, I think allowing these to sort of be the, like, I guess you could sort of say over here, like, because of the balcony, like, the effects are sort of using these to anchor the design a little bit more. But the depth isn't necessarily needed on this side because I really like the column effect here. So making the door sort of fall back in the design a little bit more is interesting. But now you just move patterns and spend hours messing with things until something fits, makes sense. That's annoying. That won't work. It feels better though. The balcony just wasn't it. It doesn't need a balcony on every side. It's kind of overkill, honestly. But there's some pattern here, and maybe that's where I take sort of this pattern here and actually utilize it on this side a little bit and let that be the standout feature of it. I like the bigger door. I think changing the shape of it as well with the little triangles is going to make a big difference. I don't want it to just be like a little house shape. But the bigger balconies on this side I think are cool, since the sides are more chill anyways. And the back's fine, even though it doesn't really do anything. I just liked that design a little bit. But as it is 10:35, I'm getting pretty tired. I don't want to keep yawning. I think I'm going to end up calling it here for the night. I appreciate everyone hanging out. It was a fun one. We got a decent amount of stuff done. Got some stuff replicated, moved forward, really finished out the inside. Now it's literally just these two walls, and I think the inside, once the entrances and this little thing's done, it's just some of this roof details and the chandelier. The chandelier is going to be a huge undertaking, because other than this part of it, it's probably going to come all the way down to here, so at least come down out to this level, if not further. But we've got a lot of work to do on that stuff. Keep adding little details and see where it goes. But I appreciate everyone. Fell asleep. I'm surprised you're still here. I appreciate everyone hanging out. Looks amazing. Can't wait to see what you add. Yeah, I might be back tomorrow. If you're not part of the Discord, join the Discord. That's where I keep everyone updated on when I'm going live. I'll keep everyone updated. Saturdays are always just kind of depends on what me and my wife end up doing. So she doesn't have anything in mind that she wants to do. I might stream some Subnautica if I'm feeling that. If not, might be back and grounded because I'm enjoying getting this build done and I want to get started on the next one as well. So we'll have to feel it out, see how I'm feeling tomorrow, but I'll keep everyone updated in the Discord. And play a cat. I don't think you're going to convince me to play a horror game. It's not on brand. We got to be on brand. It's got to be some aspect of building. I can get into horror games and different genres later, but I hate horror games, honestly. I just absolutely hate horror games. You're going to have a struggle convincing me to play a horror game. It's possible, but it's going to be a fight. Build up tension. Yeah, I can poop my pants. You guys would love it. I would have no fun, though. That's the struggle. But, yeah. All right, I will catch everyone on the next one. If it's not tomorrow, I will be back on Tuesday. So I appreciate everyone hanging out. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. We'll see velocity. Peace, guys.